Welcome to another episode of This Old Hooptie, where I take this piece of crap and turn it into something a little more pretty, I hope. In today's episode, we're going to be running the standalone harness from in the cab to under the hood. To do that, I need to drill a 2-inch hole in the firewall, and to do that, I need to get this nasty-ass dash out. So we're going to get started on that. Let's go. I'm going to be using the HPI standalone LS swap harnesses. As usual, if you guys need this stuff, there will be a link for everything I use in this video in the description off to the side or down below, so if you need it, go and get it. Now, I don't need to worry too much about breaking wires or anything like that because I'm going to be rewiring this entire dash. Right now, the only gauges that work are down there, and just about the whole thing, let's just go with, is shorted and screwed up. So I'm going to be rewiring anything anyway, so for me, the wires are unimportant. All right, guys, as you can see, this old dash is completely destroyed. I mean, it just cracks, damaged. This here is lifted up where it needs to be flat. Everywhere is the same, just gets destroyed. So this whole thing is going to be re-fiberglassed. I'm gonna give that an attempt, try and make this like new again. We're gonna reuse the rest of the dash parts. They're in good condition. So the gauges over here are going to be made into a custom panel that fits inside this so I can reuse it. More on that later. Just wanted to quickly go over this stuff. I also have brand new black carpet, which is going to replace the grody red, blackish, dirtiest stuff that's in there. I haven't figured out the seats yet. I may recover this bench seat, but it stinks like cigarettes, so I'm probably going to rip it out and hit the junkyard, see if I can find 2 buckets and get those recovered. That way I can do a console in the middle. Not positive on that yet. I've also decided not to replace the door panels with OEM door panels due to the cost of them. What I did is I ordered the LRB ones, which I'll show up here in the corner. They're aluminum racing door panels, which are going to go on here. They're going to be painted black or covered in a fabric. We'll get to that when they get here. They're still 3 weeks away. This I wasn't happy with, so we're also going to redo this. The inside of this grill is all broken up, and since I have to take the whole thing off anyways because all of the wiring, let's see if we can. So since I have to remove the grill anyways to rework all of this wiring, I am not going to put back on this painted black bumper and this grill, which, as you can see, the chrome is all flaking over here. It's cracked over here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to refinish the emblem like we did on the other truck. I have a new chrome Chevy S10 grill right here and a new chrome bumper over there. So we'll get to that after we deal with the... So we're going to go for a different look. Instead of the spray painted black turn signals here, kind of hard to see them. So we're going to go for a different look. Instead of the spray painted black turn signals and the old orange ones, I've picked up some clear side lights here, and I've picked up new clear ones for the bumper. That's to go along with the new LED headlights that are going to go in here. So this whole front end will be all chromed out, cleared out, and looking fresh and new. And of course you can't do that without repainting the whole truck. So I've decided that this truck is going to be Kubota Orange. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Kubota Orange, which is the farm implement from Rust-Oleum. It is a nice orange color. Not sure how well that shows in the light. It may show more like red, but I assure you that's orange. So this entire truck is going to be orange and shiny chrome. And this disgusting interior is going to be all blacked out with new gauges, a stereo system, probably a 10-inch behind the seat, an amplifier on the other side, and then either a double din or a single din with a backup camera. We're gonna keep the existing rearview mirror. I kind of like the lights on the bottom of this thing here. And we're also gonna get rid of the dome light here. I never used them, so that's going bye-bye. All right, right now let's work on getting the turn signals working, so when this is all back together, I can actually let people know which way I'm going. Once I've got those turn signals troubleshoot, we're going to run this through the hole in the dash that we talked about at the beginning of this video and get this wiring started. Let's get back to work. So what I did is I tested the 2 red wires that are coming out of this bulkhead here, and I ran a tone through this wire here. until I got the tone sound on this wire over here, which is my light switch. Once I got that, I was able to turn on and off this light switch with a quick jerry rig to the battery. And then what I'm doing is I'm testing each one of the bulbs so I know if there's any bad bulbs, so that gets ruled out of the equation. And as you can see, so that's a good bulb. The plan is to quickly test all of these bulbs so I'm not wasting my time on a circuit that actually works and there's a dead bulb. So let me get these bulbs tested and then we'll figure out which wires go back to the dash. So there's one. There's two. There's one. There's two. We know our headlights and all of our turn bulbs are working up front. Now I'll quickly test the back. I'm not going to do that on camera. And then we can figure out what's going on with this wire that runs from here to here and the one in the back. So this should reground the front here and hopefully give us turn signals on this side. So the only thing not working as far as lights go is my reverse lights, and those are coming from the neutral safety switch, which was broken. So I kept the plug so I can see the colors because the new ones do not have the same colors as you can see, but it doesn't matter. All I got to do is figure out the alphabetic location of each one of the wires, which as you can see I have right here under this. So I'll use that to repin this, connect it to a brand new one under the truck, and then I'll have my reverse lights. I'll do that in another video by itself. Back to what we're working on. All right, I just kind of laid the standalone wiring harness across where I wanted it, connected a couple things on the driver's side over here so I know which side is which. And let's get that hole drilled out and then we'll get this installed properly. Deburr our hole, clean up our mess. We're going to use our deburring tool. After a quick hit with the deburring tool, it's nice and soft, it's not going to cut anything. Let's get the harness from the inside to the outside. This part's pretty self-explanatory. All right, so as you can see, nice and clean. That's gonna come up behind the glove box over there. The rest of everything is over there. We'll get this figured out as a secondary thing. Right now, let's get all this wire where it needs to be. Okay, to start, it's much cleaner than it was before. The transmission wiring is already down there. I've got my starter wire down over here. As you can see, I'm gonna have to get it behind the header, so I'll pop that off real quick. Everything seems to be good. The only issue that I have with this harness is it has the wrong end here for the mass airflow sensor that's on here. Now, that doesn't mean anything. This is very likely the wrong mass airflow sensor for this truck. So it's very possible that I just need to replace that or get an adapter. Not really sure on that one. But for right now, once I get the battery back in here and cleaned up a little bit, I should be able to start it this way, so I'm not worried about that. We'll leave the wiring here. Gonna put that grommet in place. All right, grommet's in, as you can see. This is not the final location of the wires. I've got to run it underneath the throttle cable and get it tucked in up here underneath the intake on both sides. But for now, this is definitely much cleaner than what it was before. We're gonna go around this entire thing here with sound deadener, so that's gonna cover and make everything in here watertight. Got to get all these little holes patched up as well. So I'm gonna take a razor, cut this off, get the carpet cut out of here. It's soaking wet under here because of all the water that's been coming in through those holes. And then we got to get this bench seat out of here. So apparently this is one of the trucks that still not only has the jack, the cover, the bolt or screw to hold this all on, but it still has the instructions. Pretty exciting. We're gonna put this back in here when we're done. For right now, I gotta get this all out so I can get this carpet out. Now we can get a good look at how, let's go with fantastic. So you know it would be nice if someone came up with a smell-o-vision. So you can kind of smell how bad this is. And that seat was. It reeks of cigarettes and just, I don't even know. But it's got to go. So I'm just going to keep on trucking along. I just figured I would share with you that whenever you mess with these old trucks, I don't know, they have their own special scent, especially if the person was a smoker. If you are a smoker, that's fine, that's your thing, so you probably wouldn't notice it or wouldn't care. But I'm not a smoker, and this truck smells like someone lit it on fire and then just doused it with sweat to put it out. So, wish I could share. Let me get these seatbelts out of here. I'm not even going to bother vacuuming this. I'm just going to roll it up and get it the hell out of here. That whole thing is soaking wet on that side due to the holes that were in the firewall. So, let's keep going. Well, that grounding out may fry your brand new stereo that was put in here. But there are definitely some rats in here. There's rat crap back here. I do see why people name their vacuums with interesting names. Okay, seatbelts are gone. Let's get this carpet the hell out of here. It's disgusting. That, I think, is black mold, but who knows? So that's not bad. Out of everything in here, all the interior pieces, aside from the plastics, which we're going to keep, we're also going to be able to keep this back mat here. There's no mold, smell, or garbage. It smells a little like cigarettes. But I'll pressure wash it, and then we'll redo it with the Duplicolor vinyl and fabric, just like we did everything in that truck. And this thing will be good as new again. And the official change count for money found inside there is $3.15. Ooh, that is nasty. Hopefully when I'm done cleaning this up, there's not too much other than surface rust under all that water. It looks like it's kind of new, so it's probably just poured in from sitting in my driveway through all those holes that were in the firewall. It's a little bit of surface rust, but hopefully it's not that bad. Definitely gonna have to clean up all the holes in the firewall. I got something that's gonna help me out in the next couple days, and we'll close all those up and clean all this up, and then get the sound deadener on this entire thing. So when swapping out these grills, bumpers on any cars, trucks, etc., whatever, make sure you get the original screws along with the metal clips that are on the back here. You're gonna need those unless you're buying new ones. So if they're not all rusted and broken, it's easier just to take the ones out of these before you throw them in the trash. Just my 2 cents. So these just have a little bit of surface rust on them. What I'll do is I'll stick them in a jar of vinegar, white distilled vinegar, and I'll let them sit for like 4 days, and these will come out nice and clean. As far as the screws, same exact thing. The tops have been spray painted black. You guys can see that. So what I'll do is I'll put them in a piece of cardboard and I'll spray paint them back silver. This way they don't show like a sore thumb on the new chrome grille. So let me get these put in some vinegar and let's keep moving forward. All right, so we take these bumper components for the lights and we stick them in the white distilled vinegar, and I'll leave them here for about a week and they'll come out nice and clean with all the garbage off. And then, like I said, those black screw heads, we'll just spray paint them back silver and nobody will know the difference. Let's put this on a shelf and leave it there. Okay, for those of you that skipped around, I'll leave up here a picture of what this front end looked like with the original stuff on it. And this is going to be awesome because we are going to make this thing so shiny. It's going to be so cool. All right, let's cut the tape off of there. All right, no patience. Let's just rip it off. Oh boy, look at you. Look at you. All right, I've said this 4 million times, but as usual, all this crap is pretty much from Amazon. So the links are on the side or down below. If you need it, go and get it. Okay, we can't have a shiny new bumper without having shiny new bumper bolts. Let's get this thing mounted. We got our beautiful grille. Let's swap out these headlights. So I went with a set of LED projector headlights. All right, guys, so we're going from this to this. It's gonna be a hell of an improvement. Let me get these mounted up and we'll take another look. The harness on the inside is an exact fit for this right here. So let's get them mounted. I believe they go this way. Big ball on top, little ball on the bottom. Out with the old. Let's get these in and see how they fit. All right, that fits perfect. Nice. All right, let's get this beauty in. All right, let's give it a couple screws to hold it in place. Let's not forget our clears for the bumper. So, 2 holes up top, 1 hole in the bottom. And what we're gonna do for these is I'm just gonna zip tie these into place like I did the other ones. Oh boy, that's pretty. All right, boys, this thing is beautiful. Now, I don't know if this emblem's gonna stay. I'm gonna try and refinish it, but I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna keep it. I think I may switch to a billet one. But as you can see, the chrome grille, bumper, and new lights really set off the front of this truck. All right, boys, these are our parking lights. Of course, we gotta test the high beams. So these are the low beams. Those are the high beams. Low, high. And the same thing over here on this side. Yes, you can see the bumper is slightly tilted downwards. That is because, like I said, this was hit in the front. So the horns that are connecting to the bumper here are tilted upward slightly. I'm gonna bang them down with a hammer and then I'll reassemble this. This is just a mock-up. I wanted to see what it would look like and I am ridiculously happy. I love the new chrome front end. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for another video. We got a lot done this weekend and you guys know what to do. Like it if you like, don't if you don't. Subscribe to keep up with my latest shenanigans and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.